Felischa Marye is one of Hollywood's emerging female television writers, and she's bringing all the laughs with her new comedy, Bigger. Bigger is on BET Plus, their streaming app, about the journey of a single black woman living in East Atlanta as she deals with life's expectations and inspired by her real life. Hi.
Yes, hello.
Thank you for being
Felischa.
here. I know. We got a thing going on, girl.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about the show.
Yes. So Bigger is set in Atlanta, as you mentioned. It's a story about 5 friends from college who are now in their mid-30s, three girls, 3 guys, who are sort of at that place at an early midlife crisis, like the mid-30s, where they're wondering, is there something bigger and better in life than where they are currently?
Yeah.
That was the same situation with me here in Chicago, working in PR, hit my mid-30s, checked off a list of all the things I wanted to accomplish, had accomplished them, but still didn't feel, I felt that tickle of, this is really what I want, though, because I knew that Hollywood was calling, and I was just sort of ignoring it my whole life.
Yeah.
And so that's what that was inspired by. So, 8 years ago, I sort of did the same thing, like left my life here to start a new life, and that's what inspired this story, because I figured if I had that itch at around 35, maybe other people do too.
Goodness.
And so we watched them figure that out.
And it takes so much courage to do something like that. Was this something that you always wanted to do? Was writing kind of always in the background and you were just playing it safe? Or?
It was acting at first. I was an actress. I went to University of Illinois in Champaign, was in the theater program. ILL in the house. I knew it was something in that vicinity. I wasn't sure about acting, if I wanted to do that every day, because that is quite taxing and unpredictable. And so I just hit it all, stuffed it all down, and just got a practical job.
Yeah.
And then realized that, I
think a number of people can relate to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. But every time I see a movie, I'd get emotional, and not just because of the movie, because I wanted to make one.
Wow.
And so that's when I knew this isn't going to go away. So what can I do if acting isn't it? And then that's when it occurred to me I had talent in writing, so why don't I try that?
So now you're working with Will Packer.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit more about that bridge from your, regular job, which is still pretty cool, into being a Hollywood writer.
Yes.
How did that transition happen?
Went to film school. I thought I went to UCLA. I applied. It was a risk because I hadn't really written much. It was very scary. There's very limited amount of people they accept every year. Lucky enough to get in, and thought, oh, if I can get into a school like this, maybe I can actually do this as a career. So that was the first validating thing. So I finished in 2014 from the screenwriting MFA program.
And
so that kicked it off.
Yeah, what has it been like being a black female writer in Hollywood?
Oh, it's been amazing. Like, this is the time, we still struggle for sure, I would like to say, with diversity. We're seeing changes. It's still like 80%, showrunners are white and male in Hollywood. I think it's actually higher than that. I'm just afraid to overshoot. And so it's getting better because we have more outlets. We have streaming services, like this show is on BT Plus, BT's new streaming network. Yeah. So we just, every week it seems like there's a new opportunity for content creators to have their content seen. So there's more opportunity for us. So I'm glad that I'm not alone. There are other female creators that I'm inspired by, that I'm following behind. So it's just a great time because there are just more opportunities for different stories to be told. We can have an Insecure on the air at the same time we have a Bigger on the air, and an Atlanta on the air, and a Boomerang on the air, all in Atlanta. Well, so except for Insecure, of course.
Yeah. Well, can I just say that you are doing it, and
thank
you so much for sharing your story, because people see actresses and they see all of the roles in front of the camera, but there's so many important roles behind the camera as well.
Absolutely.
So you're spotlighting that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Bigger is available now for streaming. Follow BET Plus on social channels to keep up with the show and support Felischa. You guys, she is a Chicagoan. You said 88th and Racine?
88th and Racine, South Side.